Okay, so good morning, everybody. Today's session, we're just going to cover a few new features and one new product for everyone to take a look at, okay? So we're going to go over some new flyer templates that are in our template library. We're going to go through how to make an email signature, and that's the new tool that we've just recently come out with. And then we're going to quickly cover House Hunt, and that is also related to the email signature tool. And then last, we're going to cover making captions in your virtual tour, which is not new. You've always been able to do captions, but we've set it up differently so it's a lot easier to use. It used to be really cumbersome and time-consuming, so we've basically streamlined how to do that, and I'm just going to run through that with you quickly, and you'll be amazed at how easy it is, okay? So, everyone can see my screen right now. I'm logged into my account on Realtour.biz, my dashboard, and there's my name. Okay, so as long as everyone can see this is what my dashboard looks the same as your dashboards. Okay, so anybody who's new, doesn't matter, when you log in, everyone's homepage looks the same. These are all of our products right here, okay? The first thing we're going to cover today are our new flyer templates. So you can make e-flyers in our system. You can also make print flyers. And we have a library full of templates that you can choose from. And just for something new this fall, we thought we would update that library and just add in a few new templates. The templates are for e-flyers and also the single-sided print material. So they're 8.5 by 11, so you can print them out and have them at your open house, or you can blast them out as an e-flyer, okay? So let's say I want to get in there and take a look at the new flyer templates. I'm going to go to e-flyers. I'm going to click here to get started. Okay? And for those of you familiar with our site, the next page shows me all of my listings. These are my listings that have e-flyers. These are my listings that don't have e-flyers, but they're set up in the system because I might have a virtual tour for them, or I might have a photo shoot for them, but they're listings that are set up in my system. Okay? So for today, I'm going to use one of my existing listings just to save us a bit of time because I've got all the content in there, and I'm going to create a new flyer. So I click on Create New, okay, and it brings me immediately into, oh, sorry, did someone have a question? No? Good? Okay. So it brings me immediately into the template library. Okay, and those of you familiar with the library, you can see all of our little categories down here on the left, all the different themes. Here at the top, we have a new category called New 2016 Flyers, and we also have a new one called Open House. So let's just click on the new flyers and they will display over here on the right. So this is our collection of new flyers that we've just come out with, and we just, I think we added 10 different styles for people to choose from. If I want to take a look at what they look like, I can preview them by just clicking on Preview. So that's what it looks like when it pops up nice and big. So that's one layout right there. And I'll just click on a few of these so you can see. But you can scroll down and go through them all, take a look at the ones, see if, if you like one of them, maybe suit a new listing for you. They're more or less contain the same kind of content as our existing ones, but there's just a different look, sort of fresher, more updated. Okay. And just like with the old, just like when you're making a flyer, when you want to make one of these, you can preview it, and then when you pick the one you want, you just simply click on Select, okay, and it starts to make your flyer. And it takes me right into the template editor. And then I just use it, same as always, drag and drop my pictures over. I'll hit refresh so it renders it right there in front of me. And there you go. There's one of our new templates. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the template library just quickly. Okay, so those were the new 2016 flyers, and like I said, they're only in the single-sided flyers. So if they become popular and people really like using them, by all means, they can let me know and say, you know what, I really like this one, but could you make a double-sided flyer, a two-pager, or could you make a brochure or a postcard that matches this look? And if that's what people want, absolutely, we will add them to the library. We also have a category for open house. I'll click on that one. And these are very similar to the ones that we just saw. They're just, the theme is just open house. So they're set up a little bit. There's a picture there that features an open house. You've got your title for open house, and you can add your date of the open house. Okay? So as I've always told our clients, you could use any of our templates for open house simply because all of the text fields are editable. So if you open a template that says for sale, you can just click in there and change the text to read open house. but these ones were done specifically for open houses just because we had some requests for them. Okay, so we just have a handful of these ones right now. All right, so I'm going to go back to my home page. That is how you get into the library for e-flyers. I'll quickly show you how to get in for print materials because it's just a little bit different. There's one different step. I'll click here to get started. Okay, there's my test listing. I'm going to create a new flyer. Now the only difference with print material is that we do have different template types. We have single-sided flyers, double-sided, brochures, and then 2 different sizes of postcards. And as I mentioned, right now the new flyers are only available for the single-sided ones. So if you want to access the new flyers, you need to choose single-sided flyers when you're in the print creator. And then you go into the library and there they are right there. Okay, there we go. All right, so that is just a quick look at the new flyer templates. So the next thing we're going to cover is a new product that we recently launched. It's the email signature right here. So this is, I know a lot of people, depending on what company you work for, some people have, you know, standard corporate email signatures that go at the bottom of their emails and they're issued by the company, and that's fine. But not everybody has that. You know, if you're a small boutique or if you're a, you know, a real estate agent on your own, you might not have that. So what we've done is create a way that you can make your own email signature really easily. So let's go and you have the option of creating a new one, or if you have a few different ones you want to use, you can edit existing, but we're going to create a new one from scratch. So let's click on Create New. Okay, now the first thing the system does is it wants us to give a name to the email signature. I'm just going to close that, get out of the way. So, and this name that you're giving, it's just for your own files. I mean, no one is going to see the name you give this. Some people might, most people would probably only ever have one email signature, but some people might update it throughout the year. They might have some holiday themed ones. They might have a collection. So for whatever reason, they might want to give it a different name just so they can keep their files organized. So let's just call this September 2016 e-sig. Oh, got a capital there. All right, so there we go. Okay, next up it wants to know if you use Microsoft Office Outlook for your email account. Now I don't, so I'm going to tick no. The reason it wants to know is because Microsoft Outlook does not allow background images in the email signature templates. So if you are yes, then you'll get a different library of email signature templates to choose from. Okay, so that's the only difference. It just takes you to the proper library so the background images will work in your email signature. So I'm no because I use Gmail. So I click no and I just click continue. Okay, now we're in the back end. And those of you familiar with our system, we have a navigation bar that goes across the top of the page, and we have a navigation bar in all of our products. Whether you're making a virtual tour or an e-flyer, we always have a way that you can navigate throughout the system. Okay. So right now we're on the template type. Right now we have 2 different template layouts that you can use. So we have a left aligned, which just means that all your contact information, your headshot and logo are aligned on the left of the signature. And then we have one where it's all center aligned. Your contact information is center aligned. So we've only done 2 different template types to get started just because it's a new product. And if it becomes really popular and people start requesting different layouts, we will happily add different layouts. But just to get started, we thought we would, you know, the 2 most standard ways that people want their email signature to show are pretty much left aligned or center aligned. So let's just go with left aligned. Again, just like with the templates we saw, if I want to preview it, I can click on preview and it pops up and I get a bigger version just so I can take a look at what it looks like. Okay, great, that's what the layout looks like. If I've decided that's the layout I want to go with, I just click on select. Okay, and it brings me into the template library. So again, we have a few categories in the template library, not as many categories with themes as we do for our flyers because they're really popular. But as I keep saying, if this becomes really popular and we get requests, then we will add more themes and more styles to our template library. So under Americana, we can look at Texas. We've got some Austin themed ones, some Houston themed ones. Here we go. We've got some holiday themed ones. You know, you might want to change your email signature. I know some companies will change their signature at Halloween time or Thanksgiving or Christmas, and you just want to use it for the month, you know, and then go back to your standard, more corporate one. We have some holiday ones that are kind of fun. We have some real estate themed ones. So for example, if I was a female agent, I wanted one that featured a female agent, something like that, I could do that. I can click on preview and take a look. Okay, that's what it looks like. It's got a little background image here. Okay, so you go through all the different themes, all the different templates. When you find the one that you want to use, you just click on Select. Okay, then it brings us into the template editor. So now we're in this part of the navigation bar. Here is my email signature right here. Over here on the left, this is my little photo area where I have my headshots and my logos, because those are the only images that I'm going to be using in the template editor. We don't change the background images. They're not editable. So we can edit headshot, logo, and then I can edit all of my contact information right here using this form right down here. Okay, so if I want to change my headshot, all I have to do is click on the headshot I want, and it immediately updates right here into the email signature. So I can see it I can see it as I'm building my signature. I get to see it come to life right in front of me. I don't have to leave the page or hit view proof or anything. I can just watch it come to life right here. Okay, so any headshot I want to use, I just click. Same with my logos. Any logo I want to use, I just click, and there's the new logo. It just shows up. If there is a headshot or logo that is not in the system, I can upload it right here by clicking on Upload Images. But all of my headshots and logos come from my account page. So when people first set up their accounts, they will often upload their headshots and logos, because your headshot and logo will show up on your virtual tour and in all your print material, your e-flyers, everything. So these are the files right here that come from my account. But as I said, you can also upload additional ones if you like. So there's my headshot and my logo. Now I want to deal with my contact information. And I do that right here under this tab called Main. And I've got all these different fields here. If I want to edit anything or change anything, I just type right here in the field. Let's say I don't like this title, test title. I don't want that. I want to change it to Real Estate Agent. I just type right here, and as I'm typing, you'll notice it changes up here right in the template as I'm going, okay? Now, maybe I don't want, I don't know, say I don't want my website address on there for some reason. I can just delete, and it disappears. And I can leave this field empty, if I don't want it. If I don't want my office address as well, I could get rid of that. I could just delete that. Maybe I just want a really simple, clean signature that just has my name and phone number. I can keep it that clean. If I want to add it back, I can just type back in here and add it back, and it just shows right back up in here. Okay, so you see how you can play around and get your contact information, everything the way you want it. So that's all you do. Super easy. Type in these fields, comes to life right in front of your eyes. Okay, the next tab is View My Listings. So you'll notice on our template right here, we have a View My Listings. So this is going to be a live link in your email signature that people can click on, and they have three options for viewing listings. First of all, the first option, which we automatically select for you, is to view listings. Now these are your Realtour listings, the ones you have in your Realtour account. You can view them on Realtour's House Hunt map. Okay, so this is the perfect segue for me to introduce you to House Hunt. I can click here to view, see what my listings will look like. So I'm going to do that so you guys can see. Now, House Hunt started out as basically a search engine for people to use to search for listings. We use a Google map, and you can search for all listings out there, Realtour listings. We're also using it as a marketing tool. So for the email signature, if I want people to view my listings on the House Hunt map, I can include the link. When I go there, it says, this map is currently displaying Jana's listings. So these are my listings. Okay, great. Now, it's a Google map. I don't have very many listings because I'm not a real estate agent. I just have my test listings. So here are my test listings down here in Texas. When I mouse over, I can see, got some little images of them. I can view a virtual tour. I can get more details. I can add this to my favorites. I can scroll down and see all 5 of my listings. Now I can click on this and zoom in much closer. Here we go. And they're individual. Once I've zoomed in, I can see them individually. There are my pictures. I can view the virtual tour just by clicking here, and it will pop up and play the virtual tour in a little window. You have to bear with me. Things are always a bit slower on webinar. There we go. So there's my virtual tour, so someone can watch my tour, and then when they're done watching, they can just close the window. Okay? If they want to look at Street View, you can click on Street View. And for those of you who are familiar with Google Map, it's a really great option for someone to get a good look at the neighborhood. Oh, okay, this is where that house is. And I can click in Street View and move around. It's like a 360-degree view of the street. and all the houses where my listing is. So that's a nice feature if someone's not familiar with where your listing is. Okay, I can toggle back and forth between detail and street view. If I want more details, I just click on more details and I get my property description, scroll down, any other information I added, and there's all my contact information. Okay? So that's basically House Hunt. It's a Google map. We've got a little interface where you can search for other Realtor listings. If I zoom in close enough, I can look at neighborhood features. You have to zoom in closer. Here's Austin. Keep zooming in, and now if I want, I can look at neighborhood amenities. I can look at schools, elementary and high schools. You'll notice when I tick them, they start to show up on the map. I can look at grocery stores. I can look at restaurants, all of these items. They just populate on the map. So if I'm not familiar with the area, I can say, oh, great, okay. My listing right here is right next to an elementary school. That's great. Okay? Now, House Hunt has a few other features as well. If you were to log in, and you can log in using your Realtour login and password, which is what I will do right now, just to give you a quick run through. Okay, just use my Realtour password, same as your account on Realtour. Okay, so now I'm logged in. It means I can search for things and I can save results. I can also show all listings. So right now we're just looking at my listings, and I've got 5 down here in Texas and 1 up here in Washington. These aren't real listings. They're just ones I use for, doing tutorials for everybody. If I want to show all listings, I would click on Show All Listings, and it's going to zoom me right out. These are all of the Realtour listings. So obviously most of them are across the states. The majority of them are down here in Texas, of course, but we do have some in other states. And I can go in and look at everybody's listings if I want. Oh, I think someone's sneezing. Bless you. So there you go. So I can zoom right in. There's San Antonio. Here's Houston over here. Okay, so there's a lot, 454. So I would click on that to zoom in closer. Wow, look at all these listings. 103, right downtown, 67 listings. Okay, so I can look at everybody else's listings too if I want. Now this is not what is attached to my email signature. The email signature is just going to show your listings on the House Hunt map, but I just wanted to give you guys just a quick little walkthrough of House Hunt so you can see. So when I mouse over, there we go. Okay, so it's a nice little marketing tool. Now I'm going to go back to my email signature. Okay, so that was House Hunt. Now I have the option of showing my listings on House Hunt, or if I don't want to do that, I might want to display listings that are on my own website. So I might want this to link to my own website that I have. I can just tick this one, and then I would type in the URL for my website. Okay, so you just type it in there. Then this will link to your website. And you know what? I may not want to display my listings at all, in which case I would tick this one. Do not display my listings. Okay, so and you'll notice when I ticked that, the little link up here disappeared. So you have those 3 options. Now I'm going to show my listings on House Hunt just for fun. There we go. Okay, next up is social media. So you can add little social media links to your email signature simply by pasting in the URL to your Facebook page, your YouTube channel. If you're on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, all you have to do is go to your Facebook page and copy your URL, which shows up here, and paste it down here. So for today, I'm not going to do that because it takes time, but I'm just going to type in just any letter, and you'll see that as I type in a letter, my little Facebook icon shows up on my signature. So just pretend that this letter Q is the link. I can do that for all of these fields, and you'll see that all of my little social icons pop up on my signature. So that's what they're going to look like. And these will all link to my pages. Okay? And last but not least is disclaimer. If you want to show a disclaimer, you can. We've provided you with just a very, very simple one-liner disclaimer. And if you want to include that, you just click yes, and it shows up right here at the bottom of your email. This is a text field down here, so you can also select this and delete it, and then copy and paste in your own disclaimer, or you can just type in your own text to this disclaimer if you want to add a second sentence. It's entirely up to you. If you don't want the disclaimer, click no. You don't have to have it, okay? So that is all we need to do to build our email signature. We've got our headshots and logos. On the main tab, we put in our contact info, the stuff we wanted to include. View my listings, I chose House Hunt. I've got my social media, URLs copied in here, and I am going to include a disclaimer, or I'm not going to include a disclaimer. So there we go. Okay. Next up, we're going to do a quick view proof. So I can click view proof in the navigation bar, or I can use the continue button. Either way, they take me to the same page. Okay. The view proof page, just like with our flyers, take a minute, view the proof. This is a proof of your email signature. This is what it's going to look like. All of these links are active now, so I can click on view my listings just to make sure it works, and it's going to take me to House Hunt, okay? That is displaying my listings, and that's what we want, so that's good. Now I should also test each of these links to see as I mouse over there live. Now I'm not going to test them right now because as you saw I didn't put proper URLs in there. However, you guys are going to do that, so you can test them, make sure they go to the right place. If you need to make any edits, you can jump back into the template editor by clicking template editor, or just click edit. It'll bring you back to the same place. Do all of your edits, back to view proof. Okay, make sure it's good to go. Once you're ready and we're happy with this, I can click continue. Okay, it brings me into my shopping cart. The email signatures are $18.99 for the standard ones. The holiday and fun ones are only $7.99. And we've dropped the price on those ones because people are probably just, just to make it more incentive if you want to do something fun that's just temporary. You don't have to pay the full $18.99 just to do a Christmas one that's only going to be attached to your email for a month, right? If you want a corporate one for the full year, $18.99, okay? Now I'm just going to push this through so we can see what it looks like once it's paid for. Okay, so let's just pretend I just paid for that. I can then go back to my home page or the marketing products drop-down menu, whichever way I want to go. I'm going to go back to the home page. Okay, so I've just made my email signature, but it is sitting right now in my Realtour account. How do I get it into my email? So let's go back to email signature. This time we're not going to create a new one. We're going to edit an existing because we have an existing. Okay, it brings me back into the back end, and these are my existing signatures that I've made. Here's the one I just made today, September 2016 e-signature, okay? If I want to go in and edit it even further, I can edit it further. If I don't want it, I want to start again, I can delete it, no problem. Or if I'm ready to post it, I can download it, okay? Now on this page, we also have a set of instructions explaining how to set up your email signature for people that aren't familiar with it. If I click on instructions, I get a nice pop-up and there are instructions for each of your email providers. Gmail, Hotmail, Outlook, Yahoo. If you click on one of these and then scroll down, it's a step-by-step of how to do it, okay? So those are the instructions for Gmail. If I'm Hotmail, I would click here. Now it's highlighted. Scroll down step by step for how to do it for Hotmail. Okay? Now I'm Gmail. I'm not going to go through the step-by-step instructions. I'm actually going to show you. Okay, I'm ready. Here's my email signature. I'm going to download it. So the first thing I do is download it. Okay? Open with Firefox. Perfect. Because I use Firefox. I hit OK. All right, so it's downloaded up here into my downloads, and it's also opening it with Firefox because I told it to open it. If I didn't, that's okay. I can go into the downloads and get it that way. So here's my email signature. So what I need to do is select and copy the email signature, okay? So there are different ways to do this. You can right-click on the email signature and hit select all if you want, or those of you who use keyboard shortcuts, you can just hit Control A to select all as well. Okay, so it's selected. Now I want to copy it, so I can right-click and say copy, or I can use my keyboard and go Control C to copy. And I'm going to go into my Gmail. This is where I want it to be. In my Gmail, over here on the top right under Settings, okay, I'm going to click on Settings. Brings me into the back end of all my settings. If I scroll down, there's an area here for signature. So all I'm going to do is click in the big open field, and I'm going to paste the signature that I just copied. So I can right-click and choose Paste. There's my signature. Or I can use my keyboard and go Control V to paste it as well. Okay, so there's my signature. Now, one important thing, scroll down to the bottom and hit Save. You have to remember to save it. Okay, so now if I was to compose an email by hitting Compose, there's my email signature sitting at the bottom. It's kind of small. So now I can say, hi everyone, here is my new signature. Okay, there's my email signature. My links work. Everything's good to go. That's how you get it in there. Okay, now I'm going to close that. I'm going to go back into settings and I'm going to remove it. If I don't want my signature, I've made a new one. I just click in here, Control A to select everything, or right click to select all, delete, now it's gone, save changes, now it's gone. Now when I compose, I have no signature. Okay? All right, so let's go back. Okay, so that is how you make an email signature. Super, super easy. We have some fun templates you can choose from, and you can link your listings to our house hunt tool, which is just a nice way to display your listings on a Google map. People can watch the tour right there. It's just a nice little marketing tool for you to use. The last thing we're going to cover today is captions, okay? So you use captions in our virtual tour product, and you've always been able to put captions in your virtual tours. It's just that the previous method of doing it was a lot of work, and it was a little bit convoluted. It was kind of confusing, and we've simplified it just to make everyone's life easier. So I'm back on my dashboard page. I'm going to go into virtual tours, okay? So click here to get started. Okay. So these are all of my tours. Now I'm not going to make a new one from scratch because it takes time, and that's a different tutorial. For people who want to do a full tutorial on how to build a virtual tour and an e-flyer, we can do a different tutorial for that. Today we're just focusing on new features. So here is one of my test listings right here. Now I'm going to go in and add some captions. So I'm going to edit the tour. Okay, and it brings me into the back end of my tour. Just like with the email signature, you'll notice there is a navigation bar that goes across the top of the page. There used to be a standalone page, a little button in here for captions. That's now gone. Okay, so that's something that's new. You manage your captions on the Manage Photos page. So if I go to Manage Photos, you'll see thumbnails of all of my pictures. Okay. The first thing you're going to want to do here is put your pictures in the order that you want them to show in your tour. And you do this the same way you always did. You just click on the pictures and drag and drop them. So I don't want the swimming pool up here at the beginning of my tour. I want it down here at the end. I just drag and drop it over to the end. Okay, here's another swimming pool. I'm going to move that one to the end. Here's the front hall. I actually want that to go number 2. Okay, so you can fool around with this and get everything the way you want it. Tweak it, get everything in the right order, okay? And then when you've got everything in the right order, you simply add captions by, look at this link right here. When I mouse onto my little thumbnail, add or edit caption, I just click on that and I get a little pop-up window, the caption text editor. It couldn't be simpler. You can give a location name for your picture and then type in your caption. So let's just call this the front of house. I'm not feeling very creative this morning, but you guys will be very creative. Front of house, description, you can type in anything you want. Keep in mind you're only going to want to use 1 or 2 lines of text maximum because it is a caption and the pictures show in the tour for maybe 3 or 4 seconds at most, so you don't want to type in an entire paragraph of text that no one is going to have a chance to read. So really your captions are just going to point out some highlights in the pictures that you want people to notice. You know, whoops, I'm a terrible typist. Beautiful landscaped grounds and pool area and patio, something like that. Okay? You'll also notice as I typed this, it shows up right here on the picture. So that's just so I can see what the finished product is going to look like. I can close this and I still get my little title, front of house. I can open it. There's my little caption. The other thing I can do on this page is choose the font I want. So there's a handful of fonts you can use. Just click on the drop down. These are the fonts that you can use. If you choose a different one, you'll notice that it changes right here. So that's what that one looks like. Maybe I want to try this one. Oh, I like that one. It's nice and clean and big. Okay, that's the font I'm going to use. Now, you only get to use one font for all of your captions. So you can't choose a different font for every single picture, and as a designer, you wouldn't want to do that anyway. It would be distracting and messy. You really just want one font. Okay, so now I've added a caption to my first picture. I can either close this window or I can go to the next image if I want to carry on and do it for all of my pictures. So I click next image. There's my next image. Again, I can type, maybe we want to call this Grand Foyer. Amazing spiral staircase. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is terrible. Keep in mind it's 2 hours earlier for me. I haven't had coffee yet this morning. Okay, so you get the picture. You're going to type in your captions. They show up right here. Now you don't have to put a caption on every picture. I could go to the next image and go, yeah, I don't want a caption on this one. I just want it to be just the image. So I'm going to skip. That's fine. Skip to the next image. I don't want a caption on this one either. Skip to the next image. Oh, I want a caption here, right? So it's up to you. You can add captions. You don't have to have captions on every picture. Totally up to you. When I'm done, I can hit close. Okay, I'm back here on the Manage Photos page. If I ever want to edit these, I just go back, add or edit caption. It pops up. There's the caption I put in. Okay, so this is the only, it's so much more streamlined and it is just so much easier than how we had it before. And we've been wanting to do this for a long time, so I'm really glad we have it in there now. So again, you order the pictures in the way you want them and you just click on the add or edit caption to add your captions. And then when you watch your tour, you'll see the captions display. I can show you by going to View Proof, Play Tour. Okay, the tour plays in a little window just so we can, proof it, make sure everything's as it should be. Oh, I have a 3D tour mixed in with this one. Here we are, still Friday. Oh, I've got audio in here too. So there are my captions. These are ones that I added before, so you can see them display and I can close them too. Okay? And if you saw a spelling mistake or something that you didn't like on the View Proof page, you can just, you're still in the back end of the tour, you can use the navigation bar back to Photos, back into your caption, and make changes, any changes that you need, and close. Okay, so that is it. That is how you make your captions. Couldn't be easier. We're really happy that we've simplified it. And that pretty much brings us to the end of today's session. So just to recap, we went through the new flyer templates, and they're just for single-sided flyers, and we have some open house flyer templates as well. We went through making an email signature tool. Really, really easy to do, okay? And we went through how to post it into the back end of your email. We took a quick look at House Hunt, which is kind of connected to email signature. It's really a tool, a marketing tool that you can use to display all of your listings in a really nice format, okay? And then last but not least, we went into virtual tours and went through the process of adding captions. So that is it for the session. If anybody has any questions, let me know. As I said, I've recorded today's session. So in a couple hours, I will upload it onto YouTube and I'll send a link to Will and Will can distribute the link to everybody. And then you can watch it again at your leisure if you want to.
Jenna, we did have a couple of questions in the group here. One is on the House Hunt. When the realtor goes in and looks under House Hunt, will they also see other agents' listings or only theirs?
No, they can see other agents' listings as well. So I think it was this one that I logged in. Whoops, I have two of these.
But their clients if they click on their email signature, will only see theirs.
Absolutely. So yeah, when you have the link on your email signature and the client clicks on it, they only get to see your listing. So I only have 5 listings set up in here, so I only get to see my 5. There's 3 and there's 2 up here. But if you wanted to go in, you can log in and then you can toggle between showing your listings and showing all listings. But only you can do that. You have to log in to House Hunt using your Realtour login. Then you can look at everybody's listings. But someone looking at your email signature doesn't have that option. They just get to see yours. We don't want them to see everybody else's. We just want them to see yours.
Absolutely. That was the question. But they wanted themselves to be able to look at others to find some things needed. And those listings come from anything that's been uploaded to Realtour?
Yes. And when you create a new listing on Realtour, I can show you I can show you right here. So let's say you're making a virtual tour. So I'm going to do a new listing, create listing. So let's just do this quickly. 1, 2, 3. Thursday Street, and let's just say that we are in Austin, Texas, 78701. Okay. The minute I have filled in those 4 fields, I get a little pop-up asking me, do I want this listing featured on House Hunt? And I can see, oh, what is House Hunt? I can click on this and it gives me a little information session on what House Hunt is. I can choose yes or no. If I choose yes, it will automatically send it to House Hunt today, or I can say, you know what, I want it to go on House Hunt, but not today, because I'm just going to start my tour. It's not ready. I don't want it live. I want it to go on House Hunt on Monday. I can choose Monday, and then I hit save. If for some reason I choose no, that's fine. The listing will not appear on House Hunt, but I can go back into my tour at any time. Right here, I can go back into the back end of my tour. Your listing will not appear on House Hunt, but if you want it to appear on House Hunt, just click Edit. Okay, choose Yes, and then choose the date you do want it to show up. So you can control when it goes on House Hunt, or whether it does or not. It's totally up to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, okay. And the next question is on the signature, e-signature. Are there any discounts for, say, platinum holders? Any discounts for that on pricing?
Right. Yep. So right now it's not part of our group discount, but because it's a new product and because we're about to release, probably in the next month or so, we're going to be releasing another new product. This fall, we're going to revamp our entire discount packages, and then we will be adding all of those products into the group discounts. So currently, they're not part of group discount, but in the coming months, we're going to revamp it and add newsletters. We're going to probably add listing presentations, email signature, and listing catalogs all into your group discounts. So you'll get a discount on those. So hoping to get that done this fall. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's all we had question-wise on this end.
Okay, perfect. Well, everybody have a great day. Yeah, my pleasure. And as I said, we will post this to YouTube and you can watch it again later if you like.
Thank you.
Okay, bye everybody. Thank you.